Job chapter 9, Job chapter 10. Job continued by saying, so what's new? I know all of this. The question is, how can mere mortals get right with God? If we wanted to bring our case before him, what chance would we have? Not one in 1,000. God's wisdom is so deep. God's power is so immense. Who could take him on and come out in one piece? He moves mountains before they know what happened. Flips them on their heads on a whim. He gives the earth a good shaking up. Rocks it down to its very foundations. He tells the sun, don't shine, and it doesn't. He pulls the blinds on the stars. All by himself, he stretches out the heavens and strides on the waves of the sea. He designed the Big Dipper and the Orion, the Pleiades and the Alpha Centauri. We'll never comprehend all the great things that he does. His miracle surprises can't be counted. Somehow, though, he moves right in front of me and I don't even see him. Quietly, but surely he's active, and I miss it. I mean, if he steals you blind, who can stop him? Who's going to say, hey, what are you doing? God doesn't hold back on his anger. Even dragon-bred monsters cringe before him. So how could I ever argue with him, construct a defense that would influence God? Even though I'm innocent, I could never prove it. I can only throw myself on the judge's mercy. If I called on God and he himself answered me, then and only then would I believe that he's heard me. As it is, he knocks me around from pillar to post, beat me up black and blue, for no good reason. He won't even let me catch my breath, piles bitterness upon bitterness. If it's a question of who's stronger, he wins, hands down. If it's a question of justice, who'll serve him the subpoena? Even though I'm innocent, anything I say incriminates me. Blameless as I am, my defense just makes me sound worse. Believe me, I'm blameless. I don't understand what's going on. I hate my life. Since either way it ends up the same, I can only conclude that God destroys the good right along with the bad. When calamity hits and brings sudden death, he folds his arms aloof from the despair of the innocent. He lets the wicked take over running the world. He installed judges who can't tell right from wrong. If he's not responsible, who is? My time is short. What's left of my life races off too fast for me to even get a glimpse of the good. My life is going fast, like a ship under full sail, like an eagle plummeting to its prey. Even if I say, I'll put all this behind me and I'll look on the bright side and force a smile, all these troubles will still be like a grit in my gut, since it's clear that you're not going to let up. The verdict has already come down. Guilty. So what's the use of protest and appeals? Even if I scrub myself all over and wash myself with the strongest soap I can find, it wouldn't last. Because you'd push me right into the pig pen. Or worse, so nobody could even stand for the stink. God and I are not equals. I can't bring a case against him. We'll never enter into a courtroom as peers. How I wish I had an arbitrator step in and let me get on with my life, to break God's death grip on me, to free me from this terror so I could breathe again. Then I speak up and state my case boldly. As things stands, there is no way I can do it. I can't stand my life. I hate it. So I'm putting it all out on the table. All the bitterness of my life. I'm holding nothing back. And Job prayed. Here's what I want to say. Don't, God, bring in a verdict of guilty without letting me know the charges you're bringing. How does this fit into what you once called good? Giving me a hard time, spurning me, a life you shaped by your very hand, and blessing the plots of the wicked? You don't look at things the way we mortals do. You're not taken in by appearances, are you? Unlike us, you're not working against a deadline. You have all eternity to work things out. So what's this all about anyway? This compulsion to dig up some dirt, to find some skeletons in my closet. You know good and well I'm not guilty. You also know no one can help me. You made me like a handcrafted piece of pottery. And now are you going to smash me to pieces? Don't you remember how beautifully you worked my clay? Will you reduce me now to a mud pie? What marvel of conception as you stirred together semen and ovum. What a miracle of skin and bone and muscle and brain. You gave me life itself. An incredible love. You watched me and guarded every breath I took. But you never told me about this part. I should have known that there was much more to it. That if I said so much as a misstep, if I made so much as a misstep, you notice and pounce. Wouldn't let me get by with a thing. If I'm truly guilty, I'm doomed. But if I'm innocent, I'm no better. I'm still doomed. My belly is full of bitterness. I'm up to my ear in a swamp of affliction. I try to make the best of it, try to brave it out, but you're too much for me. Relentless like a lion on the prowl, you lined up fresh witnesses against me. You compound your anger and pile on the grief and the pain. So why did you have me born? I wish no one had ever laid eyes on me. I wish I'd never lived, a stillborn buried without ever breathing. Isn't it time to call quits on my life? Can't you let up? Let me smile just for once before I die and am buried, before I'm nailed into my coffin, sealed in the ground and banished in the ground and banished for good to the land of the dead, blind in the final dark?